Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft 2, Heart of the Swarm. I'm the Mysterious JG. I kind of had a little recording I started and messed up because I realized I'd accidentally muted the sound. Last time I took way longer than I should have to finish off General Warfield on Char. I think what I'm learning is I'm using StarCraft 1 tactics, which just involves masses of units, either air or ground, sometimes a mix. But there's some new units I'm not taking advantage of. Aberrations suck. I really don't see a whole lot of use in the aberrations, but Banelings are a big part of Zerg's strategy that I'm just not using the way I'm supposed to. I think having a bunch of Banelings jump in and attack buildings clears them out way faster than just having roaches and hydras in en masse. Although the one thing I did start to do at the end of that mission, which I think was pretty essential, was bringing the those weird mushroom-looking guys that shoot out spores. Having them on offense instead of just defense, that was a good idea. But anyway, Warfield's dead. It was a long, hellacious battle at the end of Wings of Liberty to win Char. I guess it's fitting that it was a pretty rough battle for the Zerg to take it back, even if it wasn't supposed to be anywhere near as hard as I made it seem. You can win that mission I just did very quickly if you just kind of use Banelings and stuff in the first attack to clear one of two paths, and then either just blitz in and attack their fortress. Like, don't try for those side objectives. Don't try to clear both paths, because basically there was a north path and a south path that met up together right before you get to Warfield. We could have just ignored the one of the paths or the other. And if we could just use flyers, mass flyers, just go in, beat up his fortress. Don't attack all the buildings that are around there. There's a huge base. Just go attack the fortress and take it out. Mass Banelings did a lot of damage. I only had 20 some. I've sent like 50 or 60 Banelings in there with some other support.
Enemies to be fought, planets to be taken.
So shut up. Yeah, I could have gotten some stuff done. I could have gotten that done a lot faster, but that really wasn't my objective. My objective was to get all the Kerrigan points to make her as powerful as possible for the last missions. We're only a few points away from getting to... we're like 3 points away from getting Infest Broodling's Fury or Ability Efficiency. And I think Ability Efficiency is probably the best, particularly because I like to spam Mend. But Fury is good if you don't want to micro, and Infest Broodling is good if you don't want to micro. Ability efficiency is good if you do want to micro, because even though it's a passive ability that helps your active abilities. Let's see what everybody has to say before we go on to the evolution mission.
Another world for the swarm.
Well, kind of their main world.
Are coming back together.
They're on a mission
Our
from God.
enemies should fear us.
Well, they do.
There is still much to do.
We are numberless, we are relentless, and we are evolving.
Let me have this little
We
moment,
are
my
also
queen.
done on Char. I will decide on our next destination soon.
Are you sure? You seem like your JG at least is going into a lot of monologuing.
I am so powerful.
Why
As if I could be a threat to you now.
are you telling her this then?
Someday you might rule the swarm. If you think you can take it now, make your move. But the next time we fight, it is to the death. All or nothing.
Dumb hoe.
I will serve you and learn from you. And perhaps someday, I will lead the swarm.
I don't know why Kerrigan is setting this belief up in her mind.
And what lesson did I teach you?
Vision, my queen. You taught me vision.
Now please don't get the
Swarm is
belt.
powerful, but power is not enough for its leader. I defeated Warfield not through numbers or strength.
But by save
He
loading.
simply possessed vision, and he did not.
I surprised myself. I thought I was taking too long finishing it, but I did reach a point where I basically was defeated. From having dithered around too much and not gotten the right force to really push up and not take out that main base. It was just those attack waves it was producing were crazy.
The swarm liked this place.
Well, not liked.
Your swarm came here for essence.
We just wanted to hang out.
You try to change your swarm. Change is life. Will you collect the essence of this Sagara? Will I?
I'd like to collect her essence, if you know what I'm saying.
You try to change
All right,
your
dude.
swarm.
So we've already been here. Evolution pit. I'll see what Avatar has to say. Hear what Captain Avatar has to say.
There is no other creature like you in the swarm. Where did your essence come from?
Fresno.
The Overmind spun me from many species, a brood of one.
What did you do
Like an
after
army of one,
Overmind
but
died?
not as lame.
Wandered
A
the
slogan.
tunnels of Char, without purpose. Pharaoh,
Kind
Queen
of fun,
Blades,
actually.
found me, made me Zerg again.
I love
You
you.
aren't Zerg unless you're under someone's control.
Without overriding will, am beast. Less.
Well, why don't you have your own will, buddy? I order you to get your own will. Evolution mission time.
Baneling strain ready for augmentation.
Might have been handy to have this before.
Discovered creature with powerful essence. Good adaptation for Baneling. Defeat creature. Assimilate essence. Create new strain.
Baneling known for big bulbous green things, although now they could be big bulbous purple things. So we could have Splitter, Suicide Unit. Upon eruption, splits into two smaller units that continue the attack. Split only occurs once. Or Hunter Strain, Suicide Unit, able to jump up and down cliffs, leaps through the air to attack enemies. From what I am told, this one sounds like the better unit. This one actually probably is the better unit, because if you mass them, they tend to not make it to their targets. They get killed by splash damage on the way. But that leap that it does towards its target at the end really increases how many of them are going to get there. So they're good for suiciding to kill. Because we don't fight a lot of Protoss in this campaign. You fight some, but not a lot. So hunters are apparently great for suiciding to kill siege tanks, bunkers, production buildings, etc. Either way, let's start the mission. Cute little baby covered in snot. I am good and JG is not. Hey! I do not appreciate that. What might be supposed to be Abathur, I guess is supposed to be Abathur. Banelings are extremely effective against tightly grouped enemies. They're also good at breaking through defenses. Tough defenses. So yeah, I really should have been using them more in that last mission where I kept coming up against packed-in groups of mechs.
Planet Nelith. Unique life form present on surface.
Let's zoom it and see. Normal view.
Mitoscarab. Organism has evolved elegant survival mechanism.
Even though the Protoss really hate it.
Decentralized nervous system. Upon death, remains become two lesser creatures.
Why are the Protoss killing it? Anyway, let's warp in some Banelings.
I want the Mitoscarab essence assimilated before the Protoss know we're here.
Mm-hmm. Collected Mitoscarab essence. Alrighty.
Require additional essence. Prime Mitoscarab near.
Mm-hmm. Guess that wasn't enough. Well, I'm just auto-clicking with these guys, so hopefully they will give me more if I have more of them blowing up on these guys than are necessary. Because that tends to be a thing. It's the reason I don't like using suicide units. It's hard to know how many of them to throw at an enemy before you've used more than you needed.
Augmented Banelings ready for combat.
Ready for battle.
Excellent. Let's introduce the Protoss to our new friends.
Disable structure, enable. Okay.
Splitter strain splits into two smaller creatures upon detonation. Occurs only once. Delivering now.
Probably just throws enough to max out your count. Oh, look at this little mini Baneling. Baneling spawn. Look at how cute he is. Looks exactly like the big ones on this view. The portrait, that is.
They are unending.
Oh, I don't know. This didn't seem like that many of them.
Banelings arriving now.
Because it's an evolution mission. We want them to be as easy as possible. I guess it's really just the Colossi we care about, so apparently we'll have 2 in this group because we're supposed to get rid of a total of 4.
Defend the shrine.
The Protoss are finished. Ready your next experiment, Abathar.
But we got their shrine, which I guess we care about. Now, the thing is, Banelings, I mean, they're effective, but it's expensive. I mean, you're producing a whole bunch of units to do that. Because you got to make the Zerglings first and then evolve them.
Volcanic resource world. Hostile terrain.
Not like Char, which is a picnic spot.
Thousands of banelings
No, wasn't this planet
subjected to lava.
in the mission where we did
Extreme
for
conditions
little Jacob in
used
the
to guide
previous game?
evolution.
Oh, it's learn to jump.
Over many cycles.
Because they're like
adaptation
those. It's the inverse of the frog you put in a jar and it eventually stops jumping high enough to hit its head.
New strain emerges.
So that even if
Leap up glyphs
you
to
lift
avoid
the
lava.
lid off of the jar, the frog continues not jumping high enough because it's learned not to jump any higher.
That's useful.
Successful specimens.
Unless you already know what I'm
stand
talking about, I have
service.
not made this clear.
Must gather.
So they say if you put a frog in a jar, it will jump up and down trying to escape, but it causes it pain, and it will stop. It will eventually continue jumping, but it won't jump high enough to hit its head.
Located here
'cause it's painful.
Must be collected.
So they say it's really sad that once a frog learns not to jump high enough to
Remain
hit its
on
head,
high
even if you take the
ground.
lid off of the jar, it will continue to not jump high. And it could escape now because you took the lid off, but it's learned not to try.
Surges at regular
like
intervals.
kind of crap they teach you in
Visualize
leadership
high
classes.
ground.
So now I'm like, oh, these are like the inverse. These guys have learned that if they want to not get murdered,
Got some movement out here. Gonna check it out.
oh, you just stay right there, guys. Get killed by lava, or are they going to get back in? Never mind, just left. This is taking forever. For one of these missions, I mean.
Surge has ended. Low ground clear.
Those things can jump?
The fuck, man?
Hercules back to base now. Zerg Force is inbound.
Can I make it? Can I make it? Poor guy barely got started.
Dominion mining camp. Extracting minerals.
Yeah, we gathered.
I see them. Let's test out these new Banelings.
Mm-hmm.
Front entrance heavily fortified. Banelings unable to pass.
No, they're not
Base
siege
is
tanks.
built into the cliffs. Our Banelings can travel overland and drop in from the back.
They're parachute banelings, and they wear parachute pants.
Frontal attack inadvisable. Recommend flanking. Traverse cliffs. Attack from above.
Well, one of those banelings isn't apparently going to make it. Oh no, he's showing up now.
destroyed. Experiment successful.
But I suppose we could kill some more guys while we're here.
Sequences ready for integration. Await decision.
Splitters? Baneling spawn deal less damage. Or Hunter Strain. Can climb up and down cliffs. I think we're going with the Hunters. The jumping up and down cliffs is not as useful as the just jumping towards targets to, you know, get them there faster when they're being shot at by Marines and other things that might just barely stop their suicide. They will be far more likely to break through. And Zerfall... I don't need their text popping up during the recording. Anyway. And if I even pop in to tell them I'm recording, that text might show up in this recording. So, let's travel. Well, let's save. And let's not actually travel, but let's see where we could travel.
During the
If we even have
battle,
choices.
The Terrans launched thousands of these devices at the Leviathan. They are not weapons.
It's some kind of game that takes over your brain. It's from TNG.
The Queen of Blades. I knew you'd return to your true
Oh, those most certain you would, uh-huh.
Now, you'll do exactly as I tell you if you care at all about Jim Raynor.
This would be a great time to reveal you don't.
Yes, he's alive. So you'll keep your swarm away from Core Hall and away from me, or he dies.
My queen, don't be a pussy bitch.
Sacrificed everything to give you back your humanity, and you threw it away.
That's right, because I'm a Zerg and I'm evil and I'm gonna kill you.
How he must be disgusted by you.
Why are you saying this to her?
He'd be first in line to kill you.
This is not making it less likely she will attack.
I can't sense Jim out there. If he is alive, nothing in this universe will stop me from finding him.
Seriously, why would she tell him, oh, by the way, he hates you, so not being evil and Zergy just to save him, probably a waste of your time. We can go to Skygear Station or Dominion Space. What is Skygear Station?
We are picking up a strange psionic signal. It is Zerg in origin, but not part of the swarm.
Destroy the...
I know you seek
Oh,
to topple Mengsk. His alien soldiers, the hybrid, are your greatest threat. If you
what?
wish to stop them, meet me at these coordinates.
If the Dominion is controlling hybrid, our invasion of Korhal will fail. This lab must be destroyed.
But I suppose I'm not as important, my portrait here, as Bobo the Vulture chatting with Zerfall. God damn it. But we get Ultralisks and Disinfestators from this plotline. So I would like to do it, even though I don't know who this mysterious gentleman is. And of course, our other option would be Dominion Space.
At your orders, we will move our Leviathan into Dominion space and begin searching for the Terran ship Hyperion. You wish their help in finding the Terran Jim Raynor.
I really, really wish you would get over him. It's not good for you, you know. As Queen of the Zerg, I'm just telling you, this kind of nonsense. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for this video. So we have a choice, Dominion Space or Skygear Station. I believe we got to do both before we finish the game. And if I remember the Dominion Space mission, there's only one I can... There's one I remember, and it doesn't matter what forces we have, because it's kind of a special no-build where we're controlling non-Zerg units. So I'm not sure if it matters what order we do these in, but I don't know. I'll have to think about what makes a difference here. It's unlikely that this will be posted in time for anybody's thoughts on the matter to matter, because I'm usually a few videos ahead. But if you're watching and enjoying the series, let me know in the comments, because boy, each video is taking longer than I intended for it to. That might be driving people away. But it's been a bigger time commitment than I expected. So let me know if you're enjoying the story of Sarah Kerrigan. Heartbroken. She's just a heartbroken girl who's in love with a boy, but is also a monster who's going to destroy everyone. See you guys next time.